Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Welcome to Ask Margaret from What Fresh Hell, laughing in the face of motherhood, answering your parenting dilemmas, one question at a time. Today's question comes from Jennifer, who says, how do I help my kids 10 and 12 get rid of all the stuff, capitalized? We have so many toys and books and cardboard creations. They want to keep everything. I've tried getting them involved in picking out stuff to donate to the less fortunate. They flat out refuse. I'm a single mom, by the way, and their dad has a similar personality. Not sure if this is an inherited trait, ? He collects so much stuff. I had to throw out his old cassette tapes that he left in my basement a year after he moved out in 2019, period. Cassette tapes, period. Jennifer, I am dealing with such a similar thing. I am the person in my household who does not want the stuff. Tip 1, eliminate the source. And by this, I mean, especially when I hear cardboard projects, school projects come home, I take a picture of them and I throw them away. It is not a question. If it's a birdhouse or something where it's usable, I will hang it outside. If it is not a usable item and it is a collectible, you heard me, put it in the trash. I will take a picture of it if people want to record the beloved memory. We just did island projects at school, which is something that happens at my kids' school in 3rd grade, where you make a huge island and it's a multi-week project and you learn about all the forms and you make the island and then it comes home on poster board and it involved a lot of work. And you know where it goes? In the trash. I take a picture of it and I throw it away because I think you have to be very firm about do I really want this island project in my house for the next 5 years? The answer is no, you don't. And there are many apps that you can look up where for keepsakes, for digital keepsakes, take a picture of it. You can store it. You can have 1,000 pictures of the projects in your house, but I want you to work on getting rid of the things as they come in the door. This also goes for things like Christmas time. Maybe we don't need 80 collector's figures and stuffies and loveys shaped like Santa. Keep an eye as stuff comes in the door. What do I not want to see for the next 5 years if you have kids who are prone to this? Next, I'm going to give you a lesson called The Great Flea Outbreak of My House. We recently had fleas and we had to bag everything up. And it was horrible, but it did give us the gift of bagging up every stuffy in the house. And let me tell you, as I bagged them up, I found a separate bag called junk stuffies that these little tiny things that I know they don't really know are in the house anymore. You know, the alligator from the trip to the swamp in Florida 4 years ago, he goes in the donate bag. And so I think it's fine to call stuff out and not draw attention to the fact that you're getting rid of it because they don't know everything that's in the house. They don't know the millions of books. I kept 2 board books from when my kids were little that I remember very fondly. One was called Googly Farm. It's an adorable book if you have a little baby. And the other one is, I think, Guess How Much I Love You, that their grandma had inscribed to them. Fine. But you can cull some stuff out when they're not looking. I wouldn't recommend throwing away a beloved collection of things while they're at school. That's not going to go great. But it is fine to have a rule around collections that everyone is allowed 2 collections. Therefore, if you collect cassette tapes, you're not allowed to collect Fortnite figures and also Toy Story toys. So everyone can have a collection of things. They can have 2 collections of things. And you may have to just lay down the law and put up with some crying about it. I mean, everyone has the mythic story where their mom threw out their baseball collection that would have been worth millions. Listen, it's not worth millions if your life is a nightmare and you're living among piles and piles of stuff. And so I think it's okay to be the bad guy a little bit. I lay down the law on this stuff. You can get rid of, if you want a bin of cars, you have to get rid of half of them, or I'll get rid of half of them, or I'll sort of throw them out as we go, the ones with broken wheels or whatever. I go through the house probably once a month and do a pretty deep clean, and half the stuff goes. And it's a fine line. I think if you over-involve your kids, the answer is nothing. Nothing's allowed to go. And if you don't involve your kids at all, you can throw out beloved things, but I think you have a pretty good sense of it. I don't always offer the option of it's okay to say no. So I'll go up and say, we're going through the Stuffies collection today, and a third of it has to go. And so make good decisions. Do you want to keep it or donate it? Those are your two choices. And yes, it's fraught, but your kid doesn't want 300 stuffies. They really don't want that many stuffed animals in their room. And I mean, they do, they want it, but it's a mess. It just causes so much mess. So I have become, the farther I've gone into living with 5 people during a pandemic, much more vigilant about like everything must go. I stop it at the source. I limit the number of collections everyone is able to have. And then I am pretty strident about like, it's everything must go time. And so if you can't make decisions, I will make them for you, and we will get rid of some of this stuff. And I listen to your husband's example of the cassette tape. My husband has a lot of this. My husband was a teacher many years ago, more than a decade ago. And, you know, we had collections of letters written to him from his students. I understand that there's an attachment to those things. Take a picture of it. They're getting thrown away. I did it with my spouse, and I'll do it with my kids. I understand that you like this picture you drew. We'll take a picture of it and then we'll throw it away. And if it is the absolute must-have item of your life, I will let you have that, but you do not have 3,000 absolute must-have items of your life in this house, and choices must be made. Jennifer, I have your back on this one. Let's start getting rid of some of that stuff because it is making your life more difficult, and I won't have it. I hope that helps. If you have a question for myself or Amy, you can ask it on our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/whatfreshhellcast, or you can send it into questions@whatfreshhell.com, and you may hear your question answered on an upcoming episode. Thanks for listening.
Close your eyes. Listen to Monday.com. Feel the sensation of an AI work platform. So flexible and intuitive, it feels like it was built just for you. Now open your eyes, go to Monday.com, start for free, and finally breathe.